Let's create a dental care backstock kit by running to Dollar Tree for only the very best dental products. These are name brand items that you'd find at other stores like Walmart for double or triple the price. You've picked out your dental favorites, run to the organizing section and pick up one of these refrigerator can organizers, as well as a 3-pack of desk organizers. I've compared prices on all these items and Dollar Tree comes out way ahead. The quality is exactly the same, and now you don't have to run to the store when you run out of a dental care item. I've put together 70 of your very favorite Dollar Tree organization tips and products, and let's start with personal care. This particular tray fits perfectly on the locker style containers. Just because these containers only cost $1.25 does not mean they are flimsy. So I've come to the place where I've started filling in my eyebrows a little bit. Actually, my daughter is the one that encouraged me to do that. You're looking for a budget-friendly option, I am going to recommend this Perfect Brow by Ione brand at Dollar Tree. You're also going to need some kind of an angle brush like the one that I'm showing you. That's going to help you dip in there and get the angle that you want for your eyebrow. So take a good look at your hairbrush and see if it has seen better days. And if so, check out Dollar Tree's hairstyling aisle. They have many different kinds of hairbrushes. I'm sure you're going to find one that works for you. I'm a big fan of Dollar Tree's loofah towels. These can be hung up on your towel bar to completely air dry. You can also throw them in your washing machine and hang them to dry. If you or someone at your house has long hair like I do, you're going to want to check out these plastic hair ties from Dollar Tree. Now, classic hair ties and also the little claw clips will often leave a mark on your hair if you wear them too long, but these never do in my hair. So I can actually wear these to sleep at night, wake up in the morning, and there's no line. It just saves me a lot of time in styling my hair, and I think it's a little bit gentler. Check out Dollar Tree's deodorant and antiperspirant. If they have the brand that you're already using, most likely you can find it at a budget price. It's a great idea to keep some extras on hand as well for travel and for any guests that may visit your home. One of the things I'm going to do in the coming months is make sure that I always have at least one of these packs in my purse. It's going to keep those Kleenexes corralled where they need to be. I'm so very thankful for each of you in my life this year, and I wanted to give you the gift of a big episode to watch and get all kinds of inspiration. Well, now I want to take in a little tour of my overstock cabinet and my cleaning supplies, starting with the door. And this is one of those Dollar Tree shoe holders. We've put it on the back of this door. And as you can see, when I close this door, you have to make sure that what you're keeping in here doesn't prevent that door from closing. So I decided to use it for cleaning gloves and also dish gloves. And these are from Dollar Tree as well. Well, let's start with the bottom shelf inside the cleaning supply cabinet. I'm going to show you the items I purchased from Dollar Tree and the ones I found elsewhere. One of my favorite supply items for cleaning is this Dollar Tree duster. I have never found anything more effective than this at $1.25. Another thing I want to show you is this little kneeler. Now, you can usually only find these in the summer, but sometimes there is a leftover during this time of year. This comes in handy for scrubbing bathtubs or anything where you need to get down low and you just need that cushion for your knee. I talked about baking soda before in separate episodes. There are so many cleaning and deodorizing applications for that. And then I also have a bottle of vinegar. Now, I love this LA Totally Awesome bleach from Dollar Tree. And, you know, you can buy bleach in a lot of different places, but it comes in this little container, which fits perfectly for our space. I also love the Totally Awesome window cleaner refill, and I keep that in here. I think that this is a great bargain. I've been using this Palmolive Free and Clear dish soap now, and I love it. I'm actually using it in all my hand soap refills. It doesn't have any scent or any color, and so if I want a scent, I can add essential oils to that. Otherwise, it's just very clear and also easy on the skin. I purchased this all-purpose counter cleaner from Dollar Tree several months ago, and it's the scent Peppermint Sage. Now, I love a couple things about this. I love the way it sprays out. I just love the minimal look of it, to be honest, at the price, but I also really love the smell. It is a little bit of a stronger peppermint smell, so you may want to try one bottle before you stock up like I do. Purchase these pull-out handle shelves at Dollar Tree, and it makes it easy to reach and access everything. and also to use the entire space of the cabinet. I'm also using some of the peel and stick wallpaper from Dollar Tree to line these shelves. Sponges from Dollar Tree are a great alternative if you need to wipe down baseboards or large surfaces like doors. I also love these soft automotive cloths for cleaning so many things that are delicate. Dollar Tree carries a magic eraser dupe that is every bit as good as the brand name at a fraction of the price. Also these risers, which I've zip tied together to double the space in this cabinet. Dish towel rack from Dollar Tree that I use for this paper towel, and I learned this little hack from Do It On a Dime. Thanks for strolling the Dollar Tree aisles with me today. This is Shannon from Skip to My Life, and next we're going to talk about the laundry area. I had this little stash of swim towels and also dog wash towels that had just gotten overrun and neglected. So I'm going through those, I'm culling it down, and I'm making sure that everything I need fits in these small containers. Isn't it amazing what we find when we start decluttering? I don't know how all of this stuff got here, but it certainly didn't belong here and it needed to go back to its home or be donated. One of my best tips for you in keeping areas of your home decluttered is labeling. This helps you remember where things go, and it also makes it more possible for the other people living in your home to keep up the system that you have worked so hard to put in place. I recently found these clip-on labels for bins at Dollar Tree. The only thing I don't like about them is there's no kind of a plastic covering. So I made my labels for these bins and covered them with packing tape, and that is going to work just fine to keep them in this high humidity area. In total, this area took me just about an hour to get decluttered. I don't know why I've been putting it off so long. It's probably been sitting here for 2 to 3 months waiting for me to get to it. This next project is for you if you don't have much time but need to make a big impact. Next, we're going to declutter our socks and our underwear. Now, I store all these items in one drawer, so I know that that's the space that I have, and I realized that my socks have seen much better days. So I took a little trip to Dollar Tree, and I compared all the different kinds of socks. The ones I'm showing you are 2 socks per package. I wanted to show you how they fit me with and without shoes, and every time I put my socks and shoes on, Bella assumes I am taking her for a walk, so she comes running. This Dollar Tree lint roller, I have to say, doesn't do a great job on clothes, but it's a wonderful tool to clean out drawers like this one, especially if you don't have that little vacuum attachment. Rectangular boxes work really well in drawers like this one for the project I'm going to show you. And as you'll see, we even have a little extra space for something special. Part of decluttering is giving yourself the time and the space that you need to figure out a system that not only works well for you, but that's visually appealing. The easiest way to declutter socks is to purchase all the same color. Now, I am eliminating everything in my everyday socks to white and black. And then, of course, I have my cozy socks. We usually get some of these for holiday gifts. These containers that I'm using to organize the drawer are all acrylic. I can see that beautiful rose gold, and it's going to really motivate me to keep this drawer in order. So many of you have reached out to tell me you've made progress on your home organization, and I just want to let you know how very proud I am of all of you, and I'm cheering you on. If you're overwhelmed by piles of tangled jewelry, this next one is for you. There's a little bit of extra horizontal space in these drawers, so I'm using these 3 divider lucite containers from Dollar Tree, and that's going to hold my jewelry. Put on your favorite podcast or Netflix show and binge watch it while you're decluttering your jewelry. I recommend that you do this by dividing your jewelry into 2 separate categories. I'm attaching some clear double-sided tape to the bottom of these acrylic containers so they don't shift around when I open the drawer. And into these 6 compartments, I'll be placing the earrings and the rings that I wear on a really regular everyday basis. This quick jewelry organization project has really simplified my day and made getting ready so much easier. It seems like the trend lately is for these very delicate, tiny necklaces that easily get tangled in any system I've tried. So this is a very inexpensive and quick to do system that I came up with using just one of those Dollar Tree cutting boards, a hanger, a hole punch, and a sharp edge. Start by punching a hole for the top of that hanger to go through in the top middle of your cutting mat, and then make 2 holes near each side of that hanger, and I'm going to show you what we're going to do with those coming up. Once you've punched these 5 holes, remove the cutting mat from the hanger and make little dots at 2-inch intervals along the top of that cutting mat. Use your hole punch to punch a hole at each one of your dots, and then we're going to take our straight edge and we are going to just connect those little dots. Now I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. So if you're confused, just watch, and you may need to run this back and rewatch it. You might have guessed that we're making a tiny hook for those necklaces to hang off of. So once you've connected the dots, go down about 1/2 inch with your sharp edge. You're going to want to reinforce this on the back with some clear tape. That tape is just going to reinforce the hook at the bottom and keep it from going down the board any further. Next, I'm just placing that cutting mat back on the hanger, and then I'm attaching it to the sides of the hanger with 2 zip ties. That's it, my friends. Now you can pay a lot more for a jewelry organizing system, but I've tried all kinds of expensive systems, and for me, this is the one that works best to keep those delicate chains from tangling. You can modify this system in all different ways. You could put another cutting board facing the other side. You can make multiples of these. You could make them in different sizes for different jewelry. These $3 tackle boxes in the Dollar Tree Plus section are perfect for organizing all kinds of jewelry. Because you can take the dividers in and out, you can make them fit whatever it is that you need to store, and several of these will stack on top of each other and still fit in your drawer so nicely. It's time to tackle one of the most daunting projects you all have told me. If you have been overwhelmed and putting off organizing your clothes, I'm going to teach you a little bit easier way to do it. Without throwing anything out, set aside 20 minutes and put them all in color-coded order. They should also be divided by categories like slacks, tops, blouses, etc. This way you can see how many you have in the same color scheme. This next declutter project makes the most visual bang for your buck, and that is getting rid of old and worn out hangers. Designate a specific spot in your closet for empty hangers instead of having them poke out throughout your closet, and then when you do laundry, it'll be easy to grab them all and hang your clothes on them. As you take collared shirts out of the dryer, put them on a hanger and button the very top button and one button in the middle. Now this is just enough to keep that shirt flat and to prevent it from wrinkling. As you put pants on the hanger, make sure that they're all facing in the same direction. One of the main reasons I wanted to tackle this closet is because I am over these hanging shelves. I have tried all different kinds and I am not about them anymore. So we're going to present an alternative that looks much more upscale and streamlined. I want to clean every single surface. I love this Brillo spray from the Dollar Tree. It smells a lot like the pink stuff, and I am all about a fresh smell in a closet. I want it to look and feel like we have done our job here. The other tip is to center everything in the closet. This is going to give it a very high-end boutique look. I love using these cube organizers much more than hanging shelves, and I'm showing you a different configuration that I used in my daughter's baby room. Cubes have a birch wood look, and they're easy to clean the front. They're not like the fabric cubes that get stained and bent. So I'm showing you how I'm using these in my closet and what I'm putting inside. Because these cubes have a plastic front, there's no worry if you have labels or stickers on the front. You can easily remove those and replace them with something new. Before you make a permanent label to organize your closet, I recommend that you try different items in different boxes to make sure that's convenient and best for you before you go ahead and make a permanent label. I'm hanging all my shirts and tops on the top racks. The white and black go on the left and the different colors go on the right. The same with the bottom racks. I'm hanging my pants and my skirts on the bottom. Black and white goes on the left, and different colors go on the right. Now that I've put back all the shirts that need to be hung up, I'm going back through my rack and I'm taking off all of those tank tops and just putting them in one of these cubbies. They don't get wrinkled and they don't need to be hung up and take up that precious rod space. If you have a closet with short racks like these and you have longer items like dresses, here's a hack to help you fold them in half and keep them from wrinkling. First, hang the item as you normally would, then take a second hanger and put the skirt over that hanger and hang it up in the closet next to each other, and you will save 50% of that space. Previously, I had stored my purses up on the top shelf and they were just too hard for me to reach, but I also wanted to keep with the theme of organizing this like a retail store. So I wanted those purses to be seen and I wanted to know exactly what I had. So I'm stacking them on the top shelf of this cube organizer, and then I'm using one of my containers from Walmart. It is vented, and I'm going to show you another way to use it in just a minute. These are the best stackable storage cubes for the price that I have found anywhere, and I am linking to them below. You all must love them too because they are one of my most popular organizing items. I bet you didn't know that the giant storage bags with the zip top from Dollar Tree can hold 2 pairs of long boots. So I'm storing those on the top shelf. I keep my less seldom worn jewelry on this hanging organizer, and I love it because it has a black background. It's really easy to see what I have. Light in a closet is one of the most important elements to make you really use and wear what you already have. So I purchased these lights from the store Five Below, and I'm going to give you a link if you want to order them online. I'm attaching one light to the wall by the lower rack and one by the upper rack, and that's also going to illuminate that top shelf. After they're activated, these lights stay on for only 30 seconds, so it's not going to waste a lot of battery time, and you don't have to worry about remembering to turn them off. Time to add those finishing touches, and one of the most important is labeling. I'm using my Cricut Joy labeler. I love this one because it's small and it doesn't take up a lot of space in my small home. It's so easy to use, and it also makes things look like they were professionally labeled. You're organizing your closet, I recommend you have some kind of a catch-all tray, and this reed tray from Five Below is so beautiful for less than $6. And now it's time to figure out a solution for our shoes. Because the space I'm putting it in is so small and narrow, I needed to take it apart and reassemble it back in the closet. This tiny closet organization is really starting to take shape, and I'm getting so excited. Because I've streamlined the clothes that I kept, there's enough space to put that little shoe rack and hold just enough shoes for me to wear every day. If you've gotten some great ideas from today's video, don't forget to let me know by clicking that like button. And if you haven't already, I would love to have you subscribe. Then you're sure not to miss out on all the fresh ideas I have coming your way. And if you just can't get enough of Skip to My Life and small space organizing, click on the link below and I will sign you up for my newsletter where I will give you weekly tips and behind the scene hacks. It is so much easier for me to use now. It also makes me feel inspired to use what I already have without buying a lot of new clothes. If you're on a tight budget for kitchen organization, here are my Dollar Tree favorites. If you're on a really tight budget, and you need to have stacking storage for your cabinets, these SureFresh containers are exactly what you need. I recommend that you measure the dimensions of the space you're trying to fill and take those to the store with you. Here's another quick win home organization project. Our next declutter project is going to be our mugs. Now, if you're like most households, you probably have about 10 times the amount of mugs that you could reasonably use in a week. In just 20 minutes, I was able to create more space for the commonly used food items we can store there. I used to be the hostess for all the family get-togethers and for all of our kids' friends. And so I had lots and lots of things that I used for parties and get-togethers, and I have actually whittled all of that down to just this tiny cabinet. I set aside about half an hour to go through all these supplies and be ruthless about what I am really, truly using. One thing that I discovered is that I'm no longer using chargers underneath my plates. They take up a lot of room in this very limited space, and I probably haven't used these for a couple of years, so they are going to be donated. That placemats give me that same elevated look when I'm entertaining, and they take up far less space. So I picked out just a couple different placemat patterns, and I'm using those in place of the charger. I chose these hand towels as napkins for when we're entertaining. I love the idea that these give people plenty of room, especially if we're having something messy like barbecue. So I'm storing my entertaining pieces, which are just variations on my everyday, except they're the color black in this space so that they are ready to go next time we have someone over. Choosing not to store a lot of fancy napkins and a lot of specialty seasonal items anymore just because I don't have the space for them. And I find that even though I can get these pieces on deep discount, they no longer are really necessary for me. The more complicated I make entertaining, the less I'm liable to do it. So I am hoping to simplify all my entertaining by keeping everything right here in this little cabinet so that there are fewer decisions to make and less stress when I invite someone over to share my home. If you've downsized your home like we have, here are some great hacks to create storage. Get a couple of these long flower pots at Dollar Tree. You'll also need a couple of these long metallic trays. Because these trays fit perfectly over the top of these flower pots, we're going to use them in some new ways for hidden storage. First, I'm showing you how to use them to store extras in your bathroom in the most unlikely space. I am using this to hold my extra soaps and also my tissue packets, and most of us have at least one cabinet on the wall of our bathroom, and that's a perfect spot to use for storage. Another name for this video could be things that stack because we are all about using the vertical storage in our very small spaces today. This storage looks so nice. It just fades into the cabinets. No one really is going to notice it, but I know that whenever I need to reach this backstock, it's easy for me to get to. And the best part is it costs under $5. Here are a couple more ideas for using these long pots and the trays as well. So I am just gluing some styrofoam to the top of that tray with hot glue. And then I'm just taking leftover greenery that I had in my stash and making it look a little bit camouflage for that lid. I chose greenery and neutrals for this project, but you could definitely make it specific for the time of year or for the season. If you're new to Skip to My Life, a great big welcome. Make sure you comment below and let me know how we found each other. But if you've been watching for a while, you've probably seen my little spice organizer. Now, many of you ask me, where do you keep the full-size bottles of spices? And I like to store them in areas that are out of the way, that aren't as easy to reach. So this is a great idea for that purpose. As you can see, if we put those lids on tight and lay these spices on their sides, this planting box is big enough to hold quite a few full-size spice bottles. With our camouflage tray on top, no one is going to know that this is not a real plant or a faux plant, especially up high on the shelf. I love to use the tops of cabinets for storage and make it look really appealing and even camouflaged with ideas like this one. This time of year, we spend more time in our car, so it's a great time to organize. I came up with a stacking system using these Dollar Tree doll caddies. I labeled these with my Cricut Joy labeler, and I made one into a first aid kit, one into an important documents kit, and one to hold maps. These containers are the perfect shape and size to stack in your glove box, and you can alter this idea for whatever it is that you feel like you need to store in your glove box. Take a little time to listen before you get started organizing your bathroom. We want to put all the frequently used items in places that are intuitive to us, not only to take out, but also to put back, so that we can eliminate the disorganization and the clutter that comes from having some kind of a impractical organization system. Most of us probably have some area of storage, and the first step, you probably know by now, is to remove absolutely everything. The only difference here is going to be that we want to put down some kind of moisture barrier, some type of contact paper, and I always like to add a little light in this space. I think it makes the whole process smoother and easier to use. This is just a simple toggle light that I purchased from Dollar Tree. It doesn't have to be expensive. Since this is the area that we use so frequently, the bathroom counters can become quickly cluttered. Keeping everything on your counter corralled in a tray, like you see here illustrated, make sure that only the essentials are there. Another little hack is to get a cat pan and use it for your cosmetics or daily use items. Sometimes this will fit in your sink and you can just use that and extend the counter space. Other times you can store it under your sink or in your storage area without having to worry too much. If you have a medicine cabinet that's mounted on the wall, make sure that you think about that when you think about daily storage. This is another way to keep your counters really uncluttered. Most people will tell you that keeping medicine in your bathroom isn't the ideal space for it. Now, if you go to your favorite hotel, you will notice that their bathroom decor is mostly solids. There are very few prints. That's going to make a small space look so much bigger. So if you're choosing towels and a shower curtain, those things that really have a large area of real estate, choose solids versus patterns. A good rule of thumb for bathroom linens is 2 towels per person, and that would go as well for hand towels and washcloths. If you can get things down to the fewest number of towels, hand towels, and washcloths, it will save you so much time and effort as well as space. Consider mounting some shelves, especially up on the top of your wall. This picture kind of summarizes our relationship. I'm the goofy one and he's the serious one most of the time, but I really appreciate his hard work in doubling the storage in this space. And let me tell you, one of these boxes actually holds 12 rolls of toilet paper. This is where I store all of my extra, get ready accessories, Q-tips, cotton balls, and things like this. Make great use of the inside of cabinet doors by installing these lucite containers with removable strips. These are from Dollar Tree, and you can configure them to hold whatever it is you need. I store my makeup brushes there. Sometimes I'll put my hairbrush in here, my eyelash curler. Here is a cost-saving hack for you. You'll find a huge selection of RIT dyes at Hobby Lobby. That is the spot that I found the biggest selection, and they also have different dyes for different types of fabrics. So follow the instructions on the package and you can take your towels from looking dingy like these white ones to really beautiful, high-end, new-looking towels. Here's to the end of one year and the beginning of a new one. And if you've forgotten, I want to remind you, my friend, that today is not the end of your story, so keep going.